Today is Monday, and the government has actually gave an injunction that every schools and offices should be closed down today. So hello. So guys, I'm just walking, taking a stroll around the streets of Hamburg. Hamburg shop. What do you see? What do you think? Wow, can you see that boat behind me?好，我在等车，需要马上到了。马上到了。你是等那个公交车是吗？我。
公交车要到
20多分钟了。
12点20都要来。
我马上到了。哦，到了吗？I think my taxi is here already. Oh, 76. That's my taxi. 打车的，对。哎，不好意思啊。So my taxi is not here. I never knew my taxi is here. I was on the other side waiting. 没有，我在跟你说。So my taxi is a woman. The driver is a woman. Okay. So I'm currently going to the nearest subway station, and from there I'll be taking subway to the city center, like, you know, the park where I'm going to. Let me check what the park is actually called. I just googled the park on Baidu, so it looks like, let me check, it's called anyway, Suzhou Humboldt Administrator Garden. Suzhou Humboldt Administrator Garden, okay, called Suzhou Zhongyuan, okay. So, like I was saying, the Chinese Spring Festival is on, and like the woman I saw last, that woman, she's from here, okay, she's from Suzhou, so she's a local person, okay. Like I said, anybody you are seeing around, they are all local people. That means here is their hometown. Most cars you are seeing on the road now, most of them are, this is their village, this is their hometown, so they have nowhere to go. That's why you are seeing them here. But people that are not from here, they've all gone back. That is a very, China is a very cultural country that You know, their cultures are well preserved, well preserved. I'm living I'm living close to my company, okay, close to my company. And but if you're talking about going to the main center of the city center, you know, it takes me around 30 kilometers or close to almost 40 kilometers, you know, to get to the city center from where I'm staying. That's a long distance, okay? And that's why oftentimes it looks like we are just isolated here, in the sense that, like, foreigners, where I am now, we don't really have foreigners. For many years I've been, or let me say for some years, I've been the only African. You know, me and my family, yeah, we've been the only Africans for some years now, until recently, just last year, a guy from Congo was employed, you know, by my company. All right, so that means that I have an African now for after how many years? So it's very, very rare seeing Africans here. So when you go to the city center, when you go to Wujong, when you go, you know, Shinchu area, other district, or let me say the city centers, you will find a lot of, you know, Africans there, because you have more of those international universities there. But here is just more of companies, you know, and more of residential, not more of those kind of activities or places where you find foreigners a lot, okay? I mean, in this city. But if you're talking about foreigners, where you have large amount of foreigners in China, you're talking about Guangzhou. Okay, Guangzhou area is where you have the highest number, okay, of foreigners in China. Guangzhou is a city, okay, a first level city in Guangdong province. Guangdong, oftentimes people call it, you know, it's called Guangzhou in China, Guangzhou. But oftentimes I see my African friends, those people that are new in China, they call it Guangzhou, Guangzou. It's not Guangzou, okay? By, you know, ZHOU, it's called Zhou, you know, just in the normal, you know, in the normal English pronunciation, or in the normal English pronunciation. But if you're talking about Chinese, it's called Guangzhou, not Guangzhou, okay? All right, so I'll be arriving soon to the subway station, and see you guys when we arrive there. So I just arrived at the bus terminal here, and here is the subway station. All right, so I'll be going underground. That means for the next 1 hour or thereabout, I'll be underground, okay? And you know, China has one of the best subway you can ever think of, China. So I'll be going underground now. I will run underground. This ground you are seeing now, there are people under this ground. I'm going to move under this ground for the next 1 hour plus, until I arrive to where I'm going to. Then how? Hi. It's common here in China, we always greet. But sometimes people don't send you. Well, initially, they don't send you. All right. So this is Zhangzhuang subway. So now you can see this is the ground level, and I'm going underground. I'll be under this ground for the next 1 hour. Next 1 hour. I'll be running underground until I arrive to where I'm going to. You know, you would have wondered I didn't pay the taxi woman. I didn't pay her by cash. You know, it's going to be paid automatically from the phone, okay? Now you can see now. Let me show you my phone. You can see automatically is now on my phone. I'm asked to pay. Let me click it. So I'm asked to pay 17 points. Oh, already paid, automatically paid. See, 17.48 or 48 RMB. That's what I just paid now. So automatically it pays by itself. It withdraws from my account, or automatically, okay? So I'll be taking the subway now. That subway, I don't need to buy a ticket, okay? With my phone, I can just, you know, pay. So these are some apps on my phone, and I click this app. Okay, it's called Joe Shin. So I click this app. From here I can just make my payments. All right, but I'm going to scan first my luggages or my items. So I just finished security check, and I'm still going down again, moving down. I mean going down. I'm not going down in Jesus' name. I'm moving downwards. All right, I'm moving downward. Oh, this one is going, and that's where I should board this train. Okay. So currently I'm at the subway now, and I need to take line 4. This is line 4. Oh, it's about to go. Sorry. So I'll be waiting here for the next few minutes for the next train to arrive, okay? So I'm currently going to this location, and the next bus is here. I think it's almost here, the next train. Let me see if I can go to one of the closest. To live in China, you have to learn to survive with Chinese. It's very important. You can see I'm going somewhere now, but I have to look at this. This is where I'm going to actually, and I have to understand some level of Chinese to be able to survive in China. So I'm taking the subway. This is Gonja. All right, so I'm taking line 4. Oh, 40 minutes. Okay, from here, 40 minutes. Line 4. All right, so I'll take line 4 now. 40 minutes. So I can also take line 4 and then stop and take line 6. But I think it's better I just take line 4 directly. Takes me to where I'm going to. Instead of taking a kind of transit, take line 4 directly. So to be able to survive in China, you should know some level of Chinese. Very, very important. Else, this is not English or Chinese character. I can even see my phone alert. Everything on Chinese characters. So if you don't know Chinese here, hey, I'm sorry for you. Living here could be stressful. You have to learn how to speak, learn how to read to some extent, and also learn how to write to some extent. You should not be a professional. You cannot beat the Chinese people. You are not a Chinese, you're a foreigner. But you should learn how to communicate with Chinese, and you will live. Man, you're okay in China. You're okay, You're okay. Here comes the train. So I choose to take this closer, or this, what's it called? This cabin, because there are less people in this cabin. The other side are very crowded. So I took this side. So I'm currently in the subway now, and on my way. So I'm considering these options. I'm looking at the options that takes me to where I'm going to. So the first option says 40 minutes by subway, line 4, and I'm going to walk for 1.3 kilometer. Indian Sangongli, 1.3 kilometer. This second option says 37 minutes in the line 4 in this subway. Then I take a transfer to line 6, and I have to take a walk of around 713 meter, which is around 7 minutes from its observation here. And this is also other one. I have to take a bus 9009 or 9025. And I have another option here. Says you take a bus, okay? Anyway, this is off the point because I'm not taking a bus now. So I think I'm seeing another option here that says you take line 4, then take a walk of around 285 meters, and then I had take a bike of 1.9 kilometer. All right, many options here. That takes me to the same place where I'm going to. Many options. So, but I'm going to take the first option. Take a walk of 1.3 kilometer. Okay, I really want to walk. It's really noisy in here. Noisy in here. You know, I'm in the subway now, so I feel like walking, taking a walk. So I'm going to take this subway for 40 minutes, and then I'm going to take a walk for 1.3 kilometers to arrive to my destination. You know, to be able to live in this country, China, you know, like you want to base here, not just school and go. Even during studies, you need the language. Or if you really want to live in this country and like, you know, you want to base in China, you should have some level of Chinese, very, very important. Some level of Chinese proficiency. Yeah, you should be able to speak the language to some extent, because if you can't speak the language, you're going to have a lot of struggle in this country. A lot of struggle, except you have an interpreter. You know, sometimes some expats that comes here, maybe some are being employed from America, you know, they employ them directly as an expat. Maybe they have some kind of rare talent that is needed in China. Unlike we that actually studied in China, and after studying, the government found us, you know, like, you know, let me use the word, I don't want to use, I want to be humble. You know, the government found us that we could stay in China. So, and because we already speak the language, all right, so our case is different. But for a foreigner that is coming all the way from his or her country where they don't speak Chinese, and you are coming to live in China, it's not that easy, to be frank with you. You should have an interpreter, or you try and learn the language as soon as possible, because you can see everything here requires Chinese language. The subway, Chinese language. We also have some English, you know, interpretations of the words. Some of the words are interpreted in English, okay, but that is not sufficient. Like the map I'm using now, the map is purely Chinese, so you're going to have some difficulty if you do not have some level of Chinese proficiency. I used to have a boss in my former company. My boss is from Korea. He doesn't really speak Chinese, okay? So he came to China before me. And you know, he was employed as an expert from Korea. Now, see the scenario. Well, I came here as a student, and I studied. And also I learned Chinese in the street way. But he came before me anyway. And because he came as an expert, they gave him an interpreter. So that made he couldn't learn Chinese very well. But for me, I have no option. I have no interpreter. I was just left alone. So I have no other option than to learn the language. So I had to learn the language. So now after some years studying, I now started working. And I now met this boss of mine when I'm working. You know, I met him when I was working. So he was amazed that, how come you came to China just, you know, 2.5 years back or 3 years back, and you speak so well like this. But I knew the secret. The secret is that I have no interpreter, but he has an interpreter. So for him to learn the language, it may not really be so important for him to learn, because he has someone that speaks for him. But me, I have no one that speaks for me. I have to learn. If I don't learn, my brother, I don't die for this country with that. So I go face struggle where don't be small thing. You go face wahala for this place. So the only way to be able to survive in this economy or in this country is to learn the language, okay? And that's the easiest way to go about, because these people don't really speak English. English is not their country and not their language. They speak Chinese. So if you want to survive in this environment and you cannot speak Chinese, it's going to be difficult for you. It won't be that easy for you. Like when I came to China, when I came to this country initially, you know, I had a friend of mine. I will not call his name. You know, I want to respect him, because no matter what, he's still my like my boss. Let me use what my boss, because or like my big brother. He's a friend of mine that that welcomed me to China. The school asked them to welcome me to China, and when they welcomed me from the train station, they picked me. The Hausa guys, they picked me from the train station. They picked me from the train station. When they picked me to what's it called, to the school. And the next morning they will come to my, anyway, they picked me from the train station to the school, and they were able to settle me down in the dormitory. The next morning they will come to me, because I came during winter. They will ask me, what do you want? Do you want to buy winter shoes? You want to buy winter clothes? I say yes, but it's really cold. They take me to winter, into a kind of a winter clothing shop, and bought me a lot of stuff. So they were the one speaking on my behalf. They will ask me, do you want to eat? I say yes, I want to eat. So they'll take me to where I'm going to eat. They were the ones speaking on my behalf. Subway is really full. People are entering. But I'll be alighting soon also, okay? So they took me, they were the ones speaking on my behalf, And I knew that if I continue this way, having them as my interpreters, I'm doomed. Because one day these guys will leave. And I'll not be looking for a new interpreter. So, like that first week they were coming, I just asked them not to come anymore. But I didn't ask them directly. Before they come, I know when they usually come. Before they come, I would have gone out. Before they come, I've left the dormitory, so they will not find me. I'll just leave and be wandering around. But I don't want them to be speaking on my behalf, because if they do that, I know I'm doomed. And sometimes they say, where are you? I say, anyway, I'm outside. Don't worry, I'm outside. I'm just moving around. So, and they knew that I was now dependent, on my own. But imagine me, I was dependent, but I couldn't speak Chinese. Being dependent, but I couldn't speak the language. Even being dependent, when I go out to buy items, I'll ask them, how much is this? They will tell me, like, what are you saying? Speak Chinese, we don't know what you are saying. Sometimes they will embarrass me, they will insult me. I mean, that first 2 weeks when I came, they will insult me because they don't know what I'm saying. And me too, sometimes I get angry. I'm like, can't you people speak English? They don't know what I'm saying. They will say, we don't know what you are saying. Speak English, and speak Chinese. But anyway, I continued doing that. And that was how I grew immunity over the language. Okay, I'm going to make a video on that to explain how I started speaking Chinese. Okay, I'll try and make a video on that to explain further. So I'll be highlighting soon from the train. People are entering. I'll be highlighting soon. All right, people are entering. Everywhere is filled up. All right. So I'm arriving my station. All right, so I'm arrived Beisa Town, and I'll be looking for exits. That's the exits. This is China subway station, okay? The Chinese subway. So you can see some things are written in English. That means you still have some like exits. You can see here the roads. Beisa Ta also have the English writing, okay? So you can also read. But in all, you need Chinese to survive in China. Because like people speak Chinese, they don't speak English. If you can't speak and you want to be here for a long time, it's going to be a big problem. You will find it uneasy. You will find it uninteresting. You will find it difficult, okay? You hate living here because you will see them as maybe they are your problem, but you are the problem, not them. Okay, let me find how to navigate my journey. This is Suzhou Museum, okay? Suzhou Museum. Okay, so I'm going to this place, okay? Yeah, humble artisan garden, okay? So that means the museum too is somewhere around here. Wow, that's good. Okay, So let me see how to navigate. I'm going to check my phone on how to navigate. Yeah, how to navigate. You see? Okay. Root call. So how don't be call. Okay. So I'm going to follow this. So how number 4. Not exit. Okay. Not don't pay. Okay. East not exit. Okay. Number 4 is not exit. So let's look for Dombe. So now you come, I'm going to look here. So this is, you can see, circle Dombe is somewhere here. Circle Dombe, you can see number 4 there. So I'll be going this direction. All right. This is my first time of being here, my first time ever. You know, but with the map, you can navigate anywhere in China. I don't know where I am now, I don't know. My first time, but you can't get missing here. As long as you can speak the language, you can't get missing. But if you can't speak the language, because you see now I'm very confident, I'm going anywhere I want to go. As long as I can speak with my mouth, I can't get missing. What's come to what I will ask them, where am I? And they'll tell me, oh, I look through my map, I know where I am, and I'm good to go anywhere. But if you can't speak the language, you're going to have some problems. Any problem? I tell you the truth. Okay, I'm going that direction. So I'm going here, I'm going to pay with my phone. I don't need to pay cash, okay? I can be in this country for 1, 2, 3 years without seeing cash. So I'm going to pay, I'm going to scan this code. All right, open. Oh, be there. Open, oh, be there. Okay, Sube. Let's see. Okay, Sube, this way. I'm going to go through this way. All right. So it's my first time being here. I don't know where I'm going to. Let's see, let's explore together. We are going together for the first time. Wow. So now we are leaving this subway underground and we are going to, the ground level. Today is Monday and the government has actually gave an injunction that every schools and office should be closed down today. So hello. So guys, I'm just walking, taking a stroll around the streets of Hamburg. Hamburg shop. What do you see? What do you think? Wow, can you see that boat behind me? 个问题，这个叫什么？这个叫什么？菊花。